Joey Guider, Local Lodge President, 2339 Newark, and also part of the negotiation committee for Contract 2010 representing Continental Airlines flight attendants. This is an opportunity to go over the highlights for the tentative agreement that begins ratification October 14th through October 20th, voting to take place in person only at either 3 bases. In December of 2009, we began traditional negotiations. We opened with exchanges and proposals under Section 6 provided under the Railway Labor Act. We had over 20,000 plus proposals that dated back to July 2009 from the surveys that we took. In January 2010, we scheduled meetings for 1 week a month. Shortly thereafter, in May 2nd to be exact, Continental Airlines announced its intentions to merge with United Airlines. The negotiation committee reviewed strategies and options for moving the group forward. We recognized the landscape had changed, and our obligation now was to secure jobs, protect wages, increase those, and now provide us a transition negotiations process. Your committee was able to negotiate 100% gains with no losses during this interim agreement. We'll start right off. Section 1. This is our fence agreement. We enhanced our scope clause. This, in layman's terms, is anything on the books and already on property with our aircraft to be flown by Continental Airlines flight attendants. You'll notice in the actual red line in the books that were put in your V-files and mailed to your houses. In the 4th paragraph, it denotes 7 3s. This is in addition to this already enhanced metal to say post-merger, if these are ordered later at date, we have the right to bring those to the Continental Airlines family. Section 2 definitions, Section 3 general, again, no changes. You'll hear me say quite a number of times, this is an interim contract, not a full comprehensive package. This leads us into Section 4, compensation. We're back to 2 raises a year. This is your seniority and your contractual raise. We'll start with the 12th year pay. It's $42.67. If you slide directly over the date of ratification, it's $43.74, which provides a $1.07 retro check to everything flown from January to ratification. This will be coming in within 30 days of ratification. It is subject to being taxed, so you know what you need to do if you don't want that. If let's just say your anniversary date's in April, you'll go from $43.74 to $45.38. Shortly in July 1st of 2011, you get another 2.5% at $46.51. April, $48.45. July 1st of 2012, $49.42. Almost a $7 an hour raise in 18 months. That was retro back to January 1st. So over the course, 2.5%, 2.5%, and 2% wage increases. The next table is going to show what our traditional is with our incentive rates. This is the same $5 that you are making between the 75 hours and 110. It's still paid every quarter with a max of $525 per quarter. When we get into Section 5, this is scheduling. The days that you would log on to CCS and you would see the message that was saying that the company was short-staffed and they needed you to pick up, make yourself available for a coupon. We added penalty pay for this, and this is known as red flag pay taken from our sisters and brothers at ExpressJet and Southwest. This says 150% of your rate of pay, that's time and a half. So if you pick up a turn, 4 or 5 day, the entire pairing is now paid at time and a half. We also noticed that was happening a lot this year that gave us multiple grievances. Reserves were being extended airport alert from 4 hours to 6. So now again, we've added penalty for that. Anything over 401 and you are then assigned a trip, you're going to get 6 hours or 4 plus the trip, whichever is greater. Reserves who have call-out lines, who are flying between the time that you should be acknowledging your trip. So the computer will no longer convert you to a 24-hour ready reserve. As long as you block in, you will maintain the integrity of your call-out line. We've enhanced the reassignment pay. Anything built out of the domestic base with an E designator now provides what Section 5K is in reassignment. Still maintaining those, returning 2 hours or more after, you would make that $15 an hour now in San Juan, Aruba's, Mexico City, etc. Reassignment pay also, no matter when it occurs, prior to leaving or down line. Provision for the international flight attendants who work over and they're scheduled to head back. They now can get released return back positive space, be on the index, and your departure tax will be paid, just like the pilots. Restoration of day off. If you decline the 5 hours and you look to have a mutual trade date dropped with scheduling, and you cannot agree or find, as long as you put in a pay claim within the 90 days, you will still be entitled to the 5 hours paid out in the first, second, or third month. We've now enhanced our out-of-base pickups through the advertisements window, maintaining qualifications. These can be picked up less than 14 hours, no less than 6 prior to departure. We've added the Mutual Trip Trade Board, which has been in our language and now guaranteed to be acted upon by the company. This is going to come with security features where the flight attendant can't just extract it off your line. So when you advertise it, you're going to have to make sure you go back in, check the message so you can complete those trades. Section 7, Traveling Expenses. International, there was no losses in the concessionary contract. So you only notice the change on domestic per diem that went from $1.85 during the concessionary, restored back to the $1.95. Section 15, Uniforms. In addition to every 3 years having the option for the overcoat, we've added the rollerboard, excluding the tote. So every 3 years, you decide if you need a piece of luggage or a coat. Section 24, that's our benefits. Now, we've retro back to January 1st, 2010, that the company is profitable for the fiscal year. You will be incorporated in the profit sharing plan. Keep in mind, if this is not ratified, we are not part of the plan, as the company changed its name and had all unionized work groups renegotiate back into the plan. If ratified, we are included in this for the next 5 years. We also protected the pension plan. If CARP is terminated or frozen, we would go into the IAM National Pension Plan. Section 27, one of the best parts about the contract is its duration. It's 26 months, amendable on December 31st, 2012. We can actually go back to the table within 18 months, July 1st, 2012. If there's no progression made, we have language now incorporated in the contract, forcing mediation in April of earliest 2013. We've added reciprocal jump seats, one of the only airlines to have it from cover to cover. This is now in addition to United. We've given the company 6 months to reach out to other airlines that are willing to sign on to this, get these agreements in place, again, further assisting those that commute. Letter 6 of agreement. This is your commuter policy, known as conscientious reporting, but to the membership's loose policy. You'll notice in the actual red line, ExpressJet has been redlined out. This is now saying we've enhanced it. Anything bookable that Continental Airlines controls the purchase agreement on, including Colgan Air, Commute Air, anything else they might add, is going to be where you now can book on that and be incorporated. We've added the word disruptions, no longer just airport closure. We've taken out where airport alerts, line holders would have to set airport alerts. This is no longer what you would be doing. In addition to this, you no longer have to designate a commute city. If you're on vacation, funeral, whatever it might be, as long as you meet the parameters, you could now be commuting from another city outside of your home. 12/31/2009, if you read the letter of agreement for the no furlough clause, it expired back then. We have currently not been operating under one. If ratified, we have gotten the company to agree that no Continental Airlines flight attendants will be furloughed during the length of this agreement. First right of hire to our brothers and sisters of United Airlines that are over there on voluntary furlough, just like our COLAs, but those were extended 2 years and beyond. This gives them a chance and look at it as a part-time summer job, a chance to earn a paycheck, and when everything's blended, they'll maintain where they would have been at date of hire. I encourage you, if you want to expand on this, you engage your union reps. They're located in every base. We're going to end on one note. This tentative agreement that your negotiation committee did for the 9 months, 100% gains, no losses. We recommend you ratify this contract.